let's face it, Jack was not a simple man. I spent 43 years trying to figure him out. For, like John, I too met Jack in the summer of 1969, though, unlike John, it will not surprise those of you who know me, I have never been your balcony dangling type. Terrified of balconies, but like John, Jack was my mentor and my friend. I loved him deeply. I respected him enormously. And on more than one occasion, I felt that throttling him would be the measured and appropriate response. You know what I'm talking about. Of all the images in my mind that I retain of Jack, the most dramatic is from a Sunday morning service during my student days at Meadville Lombard, when he was minister at First Church Chicago and appeared in a chancel drama dressed in his Harvard crimson robe. Jack had only one line to deliver in this little play, but he delivered it with such panache I have never forgotten it. Standing tall and dignified, his right arm raised in a sweeping arc, the red robe billowing around him, he spoke his line, "Be gone, ye devils!" Well, Jack spent a lifetime trying to cast out devils from the body politic and from the reaches of his heart. He was an eloquent man, not unacquainted with shyness. He was a brave man who was just full of fears. He was a lovable man whom it was not always easy to love. He had legions of admirers and not a few detractors, most of whom he has had the pleasure to outlive. But if Jack did not always make easy the path of those who traveled with him, we traveled with him nonetheless, because Jack's flaws were of a piece with his largeness and his breadth. Jack extended the reach and power of Unitarian Universalism well beyond the halls of our little denominational band. He pushed us across the boundaries of our comfort. He lived in the whole world. He cared about its farthest corners, its forgotten people, and he sought to heal its most broken parts, knowing from his own experience that we're all broken and in need of healing. Jack countered pity with power. That was why he was my mentor, because he was so large of spirit, so filled with rage and vision and pain and faith. In that respect, I wanted to be like him. Not necessarily to emulate his personal life, except in having as patient and devoted a life partner as Judith, but surely to emulate his authenticity and his faith. Jane Jepka asked me the other day what Jack's theology was, and I said I didn't think Jack cared too much about theology. All you had to do to get him grumbling was to mention the concept of grace. But against all odds, and sometimes even against his better judgment, Jack truly believed in the church. I've always loved the question, is it more religious to sit in a pub and think of the church, or to sit in a church and think of the pub? Jack never avoided the pub, but he never stopped believing in church. He believed in our mission, and he believed in us. He was a complicated man, and that is why I loved him and why he was my friend. At the end of the day, it is very simple. Jack Mendelsohn, in all of his gust and all his glory, was the real thing. never a trimmer of sails. The real thing. Let's continue our service with My Life Flows On in Endless Song.